Morning. I'm going to turn the light on. There. Well, we'll work on this. That's good to me. Self-worth. So as I'm getting ready to do this morning, and I love Thursdays. I get up early. I got a black belt candidate in there today. I had a coaching an appointment this morning that didn't show. And it was funny because I had him down as today. Morning, Mr. Motley. And he meant next Thursday. We didn't communicate that clearly enough, obviously. But so I'm online asking him why he didn't show. Going to make up a new appointment with him. And as I do, his name is Mike or Mark. And then Mike Huntley messages me at the same time. And I think I'm talking to Mark, but I'm talking to Mike. I'm telling Mike that I'm going to schedule till next Monday. But anyway, it was a fun morning. As I'm doing this, and we're talking about self-worth. And yesterday we were talking about you live your story, right? So yesterday we were talking about you live your story. And today we're talking about self-worth and worthiness. And where do you get it? That's my question. Where do you get your self-worth from? Do you get it from others? Do you get it from your experience? Do you get it? And I know you can answer all of the above, but I want you to think about it and give me like a concrete, this is where I look for it, okay? But before we do that, I want to brag. So self-worth, right? How do you know when you're doing good? So as I'm getting ready, I get an email, 12 pages of compliments on the Journey tribute band that I'm a part of. Just 12 pages of fans over our last few shows that are just spouting praises about the guys and myself and the fun that they're having. That to me is part of my self-worth. I don't get it from them. I appreciate them and allow myself to experience it. Does that make sense? So they're not giving me self-worth. They're telling me how much they enjoy being a part of what it is we were doing. And through that, I know that what I was doing was working. And that to me is, did I give away the answer already? I got to shut up. All right. So I'll try and keep it brief, but you know me. So we're going to go ahead and go forward. I wrote some things down. Self-worth. Where do you get yours? And are you worth it? Okay. Who says you're worthy or not? And this can be any topic you want. Okay. We can talk about your promotions at work, your job in general, your relationships, your finances. Are you worthy of earning more money? Are you worthy of having abundance in all areas of finance? Anything you want, okay, yourself, are you worthy? And relationships are a good one. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about all three of those. Let's do that. Let's just stick with those three, okay? Let's start with your job. What job do you have, even if you're self-employed? And do you feel worthy of that job? Or do you feel if somebody really finds out that I don't know how to do that, will they fire me? Because I've got a client who okayed me talking about this. Because of their personality, they were promoted fairly quickly in this white collar position. Now, this client is extremely smart, very smart. They don't feel it. Okay. So their self-worth is not equal to the view that the public gives them in their mind. So they're promoted very quickly up the ladder in this white collar career. And they're worried that every day they worry that their position is in danger. And it took me a little while to get to the root of what it was that was actually taking place here. And it wasn't the fact that, well, I won't go into all of it, but what it boiled down to was this. They didn't feel worthy of being where they were. And 3 years in the same position is a worthy amount of time, but it's not a lot amount. That's not a lot of time. What did you do before that? And who are you? We talked about this. And the story that this person tells themselves daily, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, it's more subconscious with this person, is that they're not worth where they're at. They're really worried that someday they'll be figured out. We talked about that. And they're not being deceitful at all. They didn't lie to get their position. In fact, in my opinion, they're probably a little more qualified than the manager who manages them at the moment for the position above them. More qualified. They don't feel it though. And I could tell them that all day long. And even though they trust my instincts, they trust what I say, it's not me that gives them their self-worth. Okay. They get it. They're not getting it from anywhere really at the moment. So they feel as if it's okay, you're good. They know people exist around here. So they feel as if that they might be found out. So I asked them, are they being humble? Are they being mousy? And I know that's a derogatory term, kind of, but I want to, when I do things like that, I want to get an intense reaction. So are you being mousy? Are you being humble? And their response was they don't know. They're worried. So my question to them, my question to you, and it's their homework and it's your homework, it's my homework too. Where do you get your self-worth? At work, if somebody says, you did a great job, it should make you feel good. You changed my life. You know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't come to this company. If it wasn't for you, I would have never ordered these doors or windows or whatever it is, you know, in the job that you do. Does that make you feel good? It should. It should. It's a job well done. And when people recognize it, pat yourself on the back, okay? Definitely do that. Is that where you get your self-worth, though? It's okay to do that. Yeah, I get my self-worth from the compliments of other people. Okay. Well, if you get promoted in that company, is it because other people were complimenting you? And if they stop complimenting you, do you feel unworthy of the position you're in? Do you think you need to get those compliments consistently to continue to be worth the position you're in? You follow me? It's like feeding the monster. If you feed it and it grows and you stop feeding it and it kills you, does it grow or does it kill itself? Self-worth. On the other end of self-worth for your job, and for everything, let's do this. Let's touch on everything, and we'll come back to the opposite side of that. Okay, so let's talk about finances. I guarantee, and I've said this before, I guarantee that you make the amount of money in your life right now that you feel you're worth. No more, no less. You get what you need. That's it. Hello, my smile. So, do you get your self-worth from the amount of money that you make? Hold on one second. Are you coming in to kiss me? We're live. You want to kiss on camera? Am I worth it? All right. Hold on. Hello. Are you on your way? Good. All right. I'll call you in a minute. She's in here. Yeah. Right. I love you. Sorry. No, I'm not. How cool is that? Start your day like that. Okay, where was I? Finances. Excuse me. You get what you're getting paid what you're worth. Okay. If you have low self-esteem and low self-worth, it's very hard for you to ask for a raise, not just from your boss, but from yourself. Raise your standards and say, you know what, I'm worth more than this. My time is worth more than this. My effort is worth more than this. My information, my knowledge is worth more than this. I deserve more. Raising your standards comes from self-worth. Where do you get it? Where do you find it? Okay, so that's your finances. If you're consistently losing money in the stock market, it's because of your belief system. You know, there's got to be something up there that either says I know more than I do, or I don't know enough and I'm afraid, or you make bad decisions, or you choose the wrong people to help you with those decisions. But that's just how it goes, right? Okay, relationships. Am I worthy of a relationship? There are people, believe it or not, who have a rooted belief that they're not worthy of a happy relationship. Everybody is worthy of happiness. Everybody is worthy of joy. There's no restrictions or limits to the amount of happiness and joy that can be shared. There isn't. So to think you're not worthy is something we need to discuss further. Contact me. If you feel unworthy, contact me. I can help you. We can get through this. It'd take forever, not forever. It'd take a long time on here to do it, and I would need to ask some very personal questions, but I can help you through it. Any good coach can really help you through it. Any great coach. Let's do that. So relationships. Have you ever felt like you weren't worth their love? Oh, you're such a great person. Oh, like my wife is incredible. Okay, you've heard me say it a million times. She just, she does this to me. She just had to walk in, and I'm all goofy now. But for me to ever think that I'm not worthy of her or her love would be an injustice to her love. Now, do I believe that she's incredible? Do I put her above me? Yes. My goal is to make all of her dreams come true. Do I take care of myself? Yeah, absolutely. I'm very important to myself, but I truly, in our relationship, feel we are worth the work. We are worth the effort. We are worth the love. We are worth each other. We're totally worth each other. And it's not easy to explain. If you feel it, you got it, you know it, right? But it's easy to explain when you don't feel worthy. And I've met people that, and even if it's not outwardly, and listen, a lot of these things that we talk about come from within. They're not an outward wearing a sign on the hat that says, "Hey, I'm not worth it." It comes from inside, and you may not even say it to your partner, and still feel it deep inside, and self-sabotage the relationship because of it, because you think it's going to end, or it's going to end, or they're definitely going to cheat on me. They can't be loving me that they can't be that honest and that great. These are things we do to ourselves because we don't feel worthy. Where do you get that worthiness? How about the other end of that? You're not worth my time in a relationship. Have you ever felt, I'm better than you? It's a dangerous place to be too. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Are you looking for self-worth by putting other people down? Because I'll tell you what, if you're one of those people and you want to change, give me a call. Talk to me. If you're one of those people and you just enjoy putting other people down, stay out of my way. Just move on, because we don't have room for you in our lives. If you want to change, though, you can. So I'm not saying if you've got it and you can't get rid of it, it's not like you cut your toe off and you want to grow one back. So if you look for self-worth by putting others down, why do you do that? I can't. Well, let's not go there. If you want to change, I can help you do that. But would you agree with me that that's probably not the way to find self-worth? Well, I'm better than you, or I deserve that job more than they do, or that was my promotion. Why in the world would they get it over me? Those are real questions and real statements, but is it self-worth that you're asking the question about, or is it just jealousy, or is it real hard work? It goes back to the question, where do you get your self-worth? Where do you find it? Okay, so let's try a couple of things. Humbleness versus arrogance. I feel worthy of great things. I feel worthy of more abundance in my life. I feel worthy of great love, great respect, excuse me. I feel worthy of all the great health that I can find. I feel that way. These are my statements. I feel that way. I really do. Is that arrogant? Where do you draw the line on arrogance? Let's do this. I deserve more. I am raising my standards because I deserve more abundance in my life. Abundance of life, love, happiness, relationships, success, whatever great things you can come up with. Okay. I feel that way. Do you? Is it arrogant to state that in the now, the positive, and the I? Arrogance. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the abundance. I'm going to get the happiness. I'm going to get more love and more respect. And why? Because I deserve it. My self-worth says that I am worthy. Okay. When does it Confidence and arrogance cross lines. Humbleness versus arrogance. Arrogance versus confidence. Self-worth. In a world of self-promotion, it's not easy in the millions of people to make your mark, but it's worth it. Do you need to make your mark above other people? Depends on your personality type, really. Boasting about yourself or advertising yourself or talking about yourself, telling people how great you are, telling people what you can do for them. These are different things, okay? Don't put them all in the same category. Is something that takes place. Can you remain humble, which is a big word in the martial arts, and still gain notoriety? A lot of people are going to say, well, it's the actions you do, not the words you say. Yes, that's absolutely true. But then there are opportunities to act, and then there are opportunities to speak. So where's the line between humbleness and arrogance? It generally lies in the factors from other people, how they see you. Do you worry about how others look at you, how others see you? Do you feel that they judge your self-worth or worthiness to be where you're at? If you do, you get your self-worth from other people. Let me repeat that. If in a world where you promote yourself, and listen, we all do it for love, for relationships, love and relationships, for attention, for our jobs, for our finances, for every ounce of significance or attention that we seek, and we all seek it in some form or another, we self-promote. We talk about ourselves. We tell people how wonderful we are, because I'm great. And let me tell you, I'm fantastic. When does the line between humbleness and arrogance get crossed? Well, that's what other people. Now, if you get your self-worth from self, you know when you're being arrogant. Why? You set the standards. You set the guidelines. That's a little too far to tell people that I'm beautiful and that I'm more beautiful than here's a great example. And listen, I don't talk politics often, and I definitely don't talk religion often, but let's have fun with this. There's a certain leader in the world who people don't like, and it's always that way. There's 50-50, right? There's always a leader that people agree with and disagree with. Okay, let's say that. And this leader believes in the law of attraction and believes in positive talking and believes in stating things in the now and the positive and the possible. And because of it, people consider this leader to be arrogant. Now, whether he or she is arrogant or not, it's in the eye of the person judging them. Excuse me. But to say, this is going to be the most wonderful, awesome, best ever, is stating it in the positive and the possible, is a good thing, people. It's a good thing. To be negative all the time will get you negative results and negative energy. To be standoffishly unoptimistic about the possibilities of something that could or could not happen is wishy-washy at best. To be able to stand up and say, this is going to be the most fantastic, the best, the beautiful, the most wonderful idea, possibility, prospect, position, is optimistically positive. Can you do that for yourself and get your own self-worth? I think so. I hope so, because I do it every day. Today's going to be the best day of my life, the first day of the best day of the rest of my life. I am extremely grateful for the love and the relationship that I have with my wife, my kids, you guys. This is incredibly awesome. I'm not kidding, guys. I love this interaction with you guys. This is when I took my wife's advice finally after years and years and did this, it opened up a whole new world for us. So, and I mean us, all of us. And so I love it. So I'm extremely grateful for you guys, extremely grateful for this opportunity. I'm going to continue it. I am learning so much. I hope you guys are too. So my question for you today is, where do you get your self-worth? And I want answers. Yesterday, when I talked about you live your story and who are you, I got answers. I got, and who do you want to be? And if you could be anybody or if you could do anything, I got answers. And I got answers from some very great people that I love in my life. And I got answers from people I've never met before. How's it going, Mr. Taylor? On here. And I got, cool. Thank you, Mr. Motley. I am too. So I got answers, and I got from a lot of people yesterday, and it was incredible. It was the best response yet. And so it made me cry. It was like, oh man, they get it. We're the same. Yeah, this is awesome. So do me a favor, give me some answers, give me some feedback, okay? And you can be silly if you want. I love silliness. Laughter is great cheap. My question is though, and it's a serious question. I want to know. Because I've asked a few people, and a few is not enough for good research. So for my information to share back with you, where do you get your self-worth? Is it through actions? Is it through experience? Is it, time that you put into something like me, myself, okay? My self-worth for being able to stand up and be almost arrogant at times in the martial arts is because of my 40 plus years of my recognition to 10th degree by my instructor was an extremely important moment in my life. I'm very proud of that fact. And Grandmaster Tatum is somebody you don't question when he makes a judgment call. He's not a dummy. And that was important. I didn't get my self-worth from it. In that relationship with Master Tatum, my self-worth comes from the relationship between us, the friendship that we've created over the years, and him teaching me, my self-worth in our relationship comes from the fact that I know it works between us, not because he gives it to me. Does that make sense? But the time involved in the art, my 40 plus years, gives me my self-worth whenever I stand up and I say this works and this doesn't work. Why? Because I didn't sit on my butt and think about it. I got out, I thought about it for sure, but I got out and I applied it, and I failed, and I got back up and I did it again until I figured out what truly works. And not just for me, but for the thousands of people that I've taught. I don't just rest on the fact that, okay, this is how I was shown and this is what makes sense, because artistically the expression needs to grow and evolve. Scientifically, there are patterns and formulas that you can follow to correctly identify. And all of these things put together allow me to be confident enough and still remain humble at the fact, but have enough self-worth to believe. That's where I get mine. Morning, Cindy. Where do you get yours? It's a serious question. I want some answers. Where do you find your self-worth? Everything I mentioned, you're going to be able to say yes, all of those. But I want you to take a minute and think. Do you get your self-worth from others? If you do, how? Do you get your self-worth? And I want to give you a lot of ideas, but some of them are going to resonate with you. Some of them may lead you into another direction. I want to hear what I don't say, okay? Do you get your self-worth from a promotion at work? Do you get your self-worth from the compliments of the people you share your abilities with? Do you get your self-worth from your kids respecting you or cleaning their room when you ask? Where do you get your self-worth? Okay. Are you worth it? Here's a good one too, if you don't mind. Is there anything in your life you don't feel worthy of? That's a great question. Thank you very much. My self-worth comes, Grandmaster Tatum, or Taylor, sorry, Tatum, it just rolls off the tongue. Taylor, my self-worth comes from what I've accomplished and knowing who and what I am. My faith in God and the confidence that I can do whatever I will myself to do. That's a great statement, right? And there's your self-worth. You're worthy. Of what? Of everything? Absolutely. Why not? Right? Thank you, sir. Thank you for responding. Um, huh. Is there anything you don't feel worthy of? Now, listen, this is like one of my big coaching questions with people. There are areas in your life that you're not doing so well in. In order to find that block or that wall or that paradigm that we need to fix and shift, to ask questions like this is a deeply introspective, almost hurtful thing to do, and we avoid it at all cost. Let me repeat the question. This is just a simple form of the question, but know that I use this as a tool in all of my coaching sessions that pertain to growth. Okay, is there an area of your, excuse me, let's keep it general. Is there anything you feel you're not worthy of in your life? And you probably want to keep that a private answer. Go ahead and reach out privately. Find me on Facebook or find me on my email, and or you can call me if you want to. Give me a call or text me. I'm good with that. That was quick. Somebody's calling me. I'll talk to you in a minute. All right. Anything you're not worthy of. All right. I love you. Actions, not words. Self-promotion. You don't deserve me. I don't deserve you. And here's one. I know I'm saying goodbye, right? Entitlement. And I don't want to pick on a generation because I'm sure there's people in every generation that feel this way, but there has been a big explosion of people that feel they're entitled to things recently. Do you get your self-worth because you feel you're entitled to it? Do you know somebody who thinks they're entitled to your respect or your self-worth? Now, I'm sorry. On the thought of respect, I feel respect right off the gate. You respect everybody. I respect everybody right out of the gate. It's up to them to keep it. Okay. If they do something disrespectful, that's on them, not me. Okay. If they continue to act with disrespect, that's on them, not me. And I'm not going to respect them anymore after that. Okay. I respect everybody out of the gate. That was funny. So that's on respect. So self-worth, you don't have to earn your respect for me. You have to keep it. So like I tell my kids when they go to school is starting back right now. If you've got a kid who did not so well in school last year, remind them right now, they've all got straight A's. When they start school, they've all got straight A's. All they got to do is keep them. It's easier to keep it than it is to try and earn it back. Same thing with trust. Same thing with respect. It's easier to keep it than it is to earn it back. Your self-worth, I want to know where it comes from. Where do you keep it? What it means to you. I love you. I love you very much. I really do. Is that weird when I say that? I don't care. You need to know it. And on that note, how about this? Love each other. It's pretty easy. If we could do that, self-worth really wouldn't be that. Well, thanks, guys. Nancy Bozick, good morning. Kicking Angel. Keep doing what you're doing. You're changing the world, and I hope to see you soon. I really do, Miss Bozick. If you don't know Miss Bozick, reach out to her. She's an incredible person. Okay. I hope this helped. And tomorrow is Friday. I will see you about the same time. I'll let you wake up. We'll get about 9 o'clock if that's okay. And we're going to head into our first 6-week workshop. Excuse me, not 6-week workshop. 1 week workshop. We're going to 6 days of workshop. And I have 3 that I've picked. So far, the only votes have come for one, and that is how to achieve your goals. The other one was perception and how to change the way you see things. And the other one was, what was the other one I was going to do for you guys? Well, achieve our goals is the one that was being, that's the first one we're going to do. So starting next week, now Monday's a holiday, but I'm probably still going to go live. We're going to talk about how to achieve our goals, not just how to set them, but how to achieve them. Okay, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday Eve, if that means anything to you. I know it does to my wife. Sarah, I love you. Thanks for coming in and putting a permanent smile on my face this morning. Sorry, guys. She gets to me. What can I say? I love you. On your mark, get set, go.